Hello, dear Homepedia family. Imagine stepping into a space where calmness greets you at the door, where every corner feels like a deep breath of fresh air, and where design tells a story of both history and renewal. That is the magic of the sage green farmhouse. At first glance, sage green may appear simple, even understated. Yet in the world of interior design and farmhouse architecture, this shade carries extraordinary power. It represents nature, tranquility, and timelessness, effortlessly bridging the rustic soul of the farmhouse with the clean elegance of modern design. For generations, the farmhouse has symbolized warmth, resilience, and gathering, but by layering sage green into this canvas, something entirely new emerges. A sanctuary that feels both rooted in tradition and alive with contemporary sophistication. Today, we want to take you on a journey inside the world of sage green farmhouse design, exploring how old textures and new aesthetics harmonize to create homes that are welcoming, stylish, and deeply inspiring. As we begin, if you find yourself resonating with these ideas, we invite you to like this video, share it with friends who also love design inspiration, and let us know in the comments how you envision sage green transforming your dream home. The farmhouse has always been about balance. The balance between rugged durability and comforting beauty, between function and soul. Adding sage green into this equation enhances that balance with an earthy serenity that wraps itself around every surface. Imagine rustic farmhouse textures, weathered wood, hand-hewn beams, stone fireplaces, meeting the gentle wash of sage green on the walls, cabinetry, and textiles. This color doesn't overpower. Instead, it whispers, it softens, and it complements the rugged elements by giving them a contemporary lens. Designers are turning to sage green for farmhouse kitchens, living rooms, and even exteriors because it carries the rare ability to make spaces feel grounded yet renewed, traditional yet updated, rustic yet modern. In farmhouse interiors, sage green acts like the connecting tissue that ties together history and innovation. Take the farmhouse kitchen, often the heart of the home. Traditional farmhouse kitchens once relied on whitewashed cabinetry or deep wood tones to set the mood. But when sage green enters the space, the atmosphere changes entirely. Sage cabinetry paired with farmhouse sinks, open wooden shelving, and rustic countertops creates a kitchen that is both practical and poetic. The green reflects natural light beautifully, brightening mornings and calming evenings. while rustic textures such as reclaimed barnwood tables or stone backsplashes remind us of the farmhouse roots. Imagine copper pans hanging beside sage cabinetry, or ceramic farmhouse pitchers displayed against a soft green wall. These elements together spark creativity while preserving the warm, family-oriented character that makes farmhouse kitchens so beloved. The living room tells its own story. Here, sage green brings balance to the bold presence of rustic farmhouse beams, exposed brick fireplaces, and vintage ironwork. Upholstery in muted sage tones creates an inviting rhythm against reclaimed wood coffee tables or stone hearths. Soft throws in linen or wool deepen the farmhouse feel while blending seamlessly with modern minimalist lines. The farmhouse living room becomes a place of both storytelling and serenity, where sage green cushions, rugs, and curtains soften the roughness of traditional textures without erasing their authenticity. This is how farmhouse interiors evolve. They do not abandon tradition, but they reinterpret it through modern sensibilities. Bedrooms benefit immensely from sage green's tranquil effect. Farmhouse bedrooms often feature robust textures, shiplap walls, wrought iron bed frames, heavy wood dressers. Against this backdrop, sage green walls or bedding instantly transform the mood. The color encourages rest, intimacy, and calm, making the space a true retreat. Add farmhouse charm with layered linens, woven baskets, and aged nightstands, but let sage green soften the edges and elevate the rustic textures into something more elegant. This delicate interplay between color and texture allows the farmhouse bedroom to serve not just as a place to sleep, but as a space for reflection and restoration. Bathrooms are no exception. Sage green cabinetry beneath farmhouse sinks, combined with subway tiles and brushed bronze hardware, creates a farmhouse bathroom that feels luxurious yet approachable. Rustic textures like stone floors or reclaimed wood shelves are not diminished by sage. Instead, they are enhanced. The bathroom becomes a private sanctuary where earthy hues blend seamlessly with natural light, creating a space that feels rooted in nature. Farmhouse exteriors, too, are finding new life in sage green. For generations, farmhouse exteriors were typically white or natural wood, sometimes accented with bold shutters. By introducing sage green, the farmhouse exterior shifts into something more timeless. It allows the home to stand in harmony with surrounding landscapes, rolling fields, gardens, or tree-lined paths, because sage echoes the natural world. Paired with rustic stone foundations, wooden porches, and traditional gables, sage green paint creates an exterior that feels both classic and refreshingly modern. Add farmhouse touches like lantern lighting, a wooden swing bench, or iron railings, and you have a home that belongs to both past and present. Another essential element in sage green farmhouse design is texture layering. Rustic farmhouse design thrives on tactile richness: rough wood, uneven stone, soft fabrics, and weathered finishes. By blending sage green into this palette, the textures take on new depth. Imagine a farmhouse dining space where a reclaimed wood table sits beneath a wrought iron chandelier, surrounded by sage green upholstered chairs. The rustic table still tells its story of history and resilience, but sage green brings a subtle polish that makes the whole scene more cohesive. In farmhouse interiors, this interplay of textures and colors creates a design language that speaks to nostalgia while welcoming innovation. Lighting is equally important in this design story. Farmhouse interiors often rely on natural light spilling through large windows, illuminating rustic beams and stone surfaces. Sage green enhances this by reflecting light softly, avoiding the starkness of pure white or the heaviness of darker tones. Pendant lighting above sage green kitchen islands, farmhouse lanterns glowing against sage exteriors, or warm sconces mounted on sage bedroom walls all create a tranquil yet functional glow. Lighting paired with sage creates an atmosphere that feels modern while remaining true to farmhouse charm. Decor accessories also benefit from this approach. In farmhouse spaces, sage green works beautifully in accents, ceramic vases, woven textiles, vintage rugs, or framed botanical prints. A sage green farmhouse entryway might feature a wooden bench with sage cushions, paired with a rustic coat rack and woven baskets. The result is a design that instantly feels welcoming, rooted in farmhouse traditions while embracing the freshness of sage's modern appeal. Even farmhouse stairways can be elevated by sage details, whether through painted railings, wall treatments, or decorative art pieces that echo the color scheme. What makes sage green farmhouse design so compelling is its ability to blend eras. Rustic farmhouse design is steeped in history, born out of necessity and shaped by practicality. Modern farmhouse aesthetics, meanwhile, aim for cleaner lines, lighter palettes, and open spaces. Sage green unites these two identities into one seamless design. It's not just a paint color, it's a philosophy of balance. It allows weathered textures to remain authentic, while presenting them in a way that feels fresh and contemporary. Designers and homeowners alike are discovering that sage green farmhouse interiors and exteriors are not about choosing between old and new, but about celebrating both at once. Another practical idea is to use sage green selectively, as an accent rather than an overwhelming wash. A farmhouse kitchen island in sage against neutral cabinetry, or a farmhouse dining room wall painted in sage behind rustic shelving, can achieve the balance beautifully. In outdoor design, sage green shutters or doors paired with traditional white farmhouse siding create a crisp but timeless contrast. This flexibility is why sage green farmhouse design continues to grow in popularity. It adapts to each space, enhancing without overshadowing, uniting without dominating. This style also resonates with today's need for sustainable design. Farmhouse interiors often repurpose materials: reclaimed wood, antique furniture, stone salvaged from older structures. Sage green ties these sustainable choices into a cohesive aesthetic. It feels natural, eco-friendly, and enduring. A sage green farmhouse doesn't just look beautiful, it feels responsible, conscious, and in step with our desire to live more harmoniously with the earth. Designers are highlighting this by showcasing eco-friendly paints, reclaimed sage-tone textiles, and vintage finds that align with farmhouse charm while supporting sustainability. The emotional impact of this design cannot be understated. Farmhouses are about comfort, belonging, and storytelling. When sage green enters these spaces, it heightens the sense of calm and connection. Think of evenings gathered around a sage-toned farmhouse kitchen, or mornings bathed in sunlight across sage living room walls. These are moments of serenity that transcend design and touch the soul. This is why sage green farmhouse design feels so transformative. It's not just visual, but emotional, nurturing both creativity and peace of mind. As we step back and reflect on the beauty of sage green farmhouse design, it becomes clear that this is more than a trend. It is a timeless conversation between past and present, between rustic textures and modern clarity, between the authenticity of tradition and the elegance of innovation. Sage green invites us to see farmhouse interiors and exteriors not as relics or reinventions, but as living canvases where the best of both worlds meet. Whether in kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms, or garden exteriors, this color and style combination delivers tranquility, sophistication, and charm. If this journey has sparked your imagination, we encourage you to take a fresh look at your own home. Ask yourself where sage green might breathe new life into rustic textures, where farmhouse warmth might embrace modern refinement, and where your personal story might unfold within the walls you call home. This is the promise of sage green farmhouse design, that old and new can live together beautifully, creating spaces that nurture and inspire. Thank you for joining us in exploring this world of sage green farmhouse textures and modern elegance. If you found this video inspiring, please take a moment to like, subscribe for more design ideas, and share your thoughts in the comments section. We would love to hear how you imagine sage green transforming your space. Until next time, may your home always be a reflection of comfort, creativity, and timeless charm.